Hello guys, I am Vitold and I'm here to tell you about this TTGO F7, which I think is here to solve a very specific problem. So you usually either have very comfortable but bulky e-bikes, or you have them compact but compromised in many ways, or at least some ways. And I believe that this specific model, the F7, is actually about to combine both of these worlds, and it's actually doing it. So at the first glance it may look like your regular fat tire e-bike, but once you start looking closer and you actually ride it, it turns out that there are some things that make it actually stand out, and I'm going to tell you what they are, because they are quite unique in some ways. The first thing you may notice is that it looks more solid and more serious than most folding e-bikes. So the frame is quite chunky, the tires are pretty fat and thick, and it doesn't look like your regular city commuter. And one of the most interesting things is that this bike is folding. Thing is also that when you ride it, it doesn't feel like a small, compact folding bike, but rather like a full-size e-bike, which is good because it gives you a lot of stability. That's partially because of the fairly large wheels. So what exactly does make a difference? One thing is that the TTGO F7 is utilizing a torque sensor. So most other affordable e-bikes use a cadence sensor, which only is detecting whether you are pedaling or not and then giving you the motor assistance. Here it looks a little differently. And so the torque sensor is smarter because it monitors and it detects how hard you are pushing on the pedals, and then it is adjusting the motor assistance accordingly. So if you want to do a slow maneuver and just push on the pedals a tiny little bit, it's giving you a little bit of power so that you don't suddenly jump forward, which actually is an issue with some e-bikes. I've experienced that. This is not how it's done in the best way. Here you push hard, you get a lot of power, you push a little bit, you don't get that much power. Very good. And then there is the folding frame, which is one of the key selling points, for example, for myself. So you can come here, unlock this clamp, put it all the way back, you can fold the bike, unfold it. You just got to make sure that this is all the way back when you do this operation, and you can make it much smaller for storage or transport. Also, one thing that I do appreciate a lot is that you may also fold the handlebar, which one of my other e-bikes is not having, and that actually turns out that it makes it much harder when it comes to actually putting it into the trunk of a car. With this one, I don't even have to fold the rear seats in a big SUV, but with that one, well, unfortunately, I need to fold the rear seats to just put it there. Another key piece for me is the double suspension. So I can fully openly tell you that comfort is the area where the F7 is scoring a lot, and this is super important to me right next to foldability. Very, very nice. So not many e-bikes have a full suspension. This one does, and it's a big plus. And sometimes, even if they do, some parts of them can be super crazy stiff. This one doesn't have such an issue. It's both springy and comfortable at the same time, which makes me a big fan of it. And the front is lockable, so you can have it working easily and softly, or you can lock it for additional stiffness. Yeah, stiffness, whatever. The fairly fat tires are the next pretty unique thing, and they do play a role here. So these 20 by 3 inch tires, they do help absorb the vibrations and go smoother through the potholes and cracks in the asphalt or wherever you're riding. But they also do improve the grip if you're riding on loose surfaces like here on gravel or some sand or some forest trail. Another feature that I'm happy to see, which is not a standard thing, are the hydraulic brakes. They are not a standard thing, especially in the price range of 1,000 to 1,500 euros. And the thing with them and their advantages over the mechanical ones are that you need less power, less force to use them, and also the braking control is just better. What you also see here are the two integrated lights, one in the front because safety is important, but it's double important, so you also have the rear integrated light, and I always say that this is the way to go. So here you've got that. There's nothing that you need to add to the bike. The fun fact here is that whenever you push a brake, these lights blink. This is really, really cool. Very, very, very nice. I gotta really praise that a lot. What else is important here? Well, the motor, the electric motor, which is in the hub in the rear wheel. So it's rated at 250 watts of power, which is there to comply with European laws. That's enough. There's also probably a more important number, which is 70 newton meters of torque, which actually is propelling the bike more directly. Now, this number basically tells you that this is not the most powerful e-bike that's there, but it's powerful enough, and going uphill is gonna be fine. So, there are 5 assist modes, and that was something, right? They let you choose the level of assistance that you want at a particular time, but you can also use the 0, which shuts the assistance completely off. And I do like 5 and 2. 2 is very smooth, and 5 is, well, the most powerful. Another point to mention is the battery. So with 48 volts and 15 amp hours, you're getting around 720 watt hours of capacity, which is on the higher levels, like closer to the highest levels of the bikes, the e-bikes within this category. Range anxiety should not be a concern for days, and then in the end of the week, you may just come and take the removable battery out and charge it wherever you want to, which is very convenient. One more thing to mention here is that the battery is sitting actually on top of the frame, which is the best way possible, because then the attachments and the way it's sitting is actually not making it more loose, and you don't risk it falling out. Very good. What else better could be done in this bike? There are a few things, actually more to come. So TTGO claims that the F7 has around 120 to 140 kilometers of range on a single charge. This is of course under ideal conditions, and in reality it will depend on weather, on your weight, on the assist level that you will be using, how you ride, where you ride, and all other things. So it's actually hard to guess, but the 100 kilometers is, I would say, very, very optimistic. Well, you can reach even more if you switch the assistance off completely, but obviously this is not the point. It's easy to maneuver, I like that. And easy to control thanks to the torque sensor. I actually was not aware how big of a difference this can make before I actually spotted how different it is with the cadence sensor. So the one that is just noticing whether you're moving the pedals or not. This is really, really cool. So the bike is using a 7-speed Shimano shifter here, which is a simple, proven, reliable solution that is also easy to maintain. The F7 is rated to carry up to 150 kilograms, which is pretty impressive, and it may suggest that it was designed with a little bit more durability in mind. And one more thing that I actually appreciate a lot, and I thought it would be very, very useful, and it is that the frame is fairly low, so getting on the bike is also super easy. You keep the position, the upright position, getting off and on the bike. Well, what more? What more would you wish for? And I'm not kidding. I got this bike from TTGO, which is very, very cool, but it was my choice. I thought it would be useful, and it actually does make a difference rather than you going all the time this way like on a motorcycle. Here you can do it very gently and smoothly take off. The position on the bike is comfortable with my 1.83 meters tall or 6 feet tall. Handlebar is adjustable. Well, unfortunately, it only goes up from this position, which is already fairly high. So this is a little bit of a bummer, but other than that, this is still of an okay height for me. It is not too close, it is not too far for myself. The seat is adjustable, and again, the low frame, the seat is adjustable in a standard way. Here you've got a clamp. Like on all bicycles in the world, I would risk saying this is pretty hard, so I need to put those jelly things on top, and then it's much, much, much better. So to someone of my size, this is a very, very comfortable solution, including the grips, which they have those little bumps here, if you can see those. It's a little bit easier for you to rest against the handlebar. All good in terms of position comfort. So who is this bike for? I would say that this is a very good all-rounder, and I think at this point I could officially call it a king of flexibility. It is comfortable, it is quick, it is solid, it's foldable. What else? You can take it pretty much anywhere you want to go with it. You can do some off-roading with those tires and comfortable suspension. You can commute every day to work. It is quick, it is smooth. Yeah, I would say this is a pretty complete package, and it is reasonably priced. I don't see a type of use other than something super extreme that this would not do good at. So what do I like the most about this TTGO F7? I would say that the first thing is the comfortable double suspension, then the folding frame, big tires, integrated lights, and overall this is a good package, including the battery that's mounted on top, the access to it, and the access to the whole bike with the frame going so low. It's really comfortable. What I think could be better, well, probably the main thing would be the weight, because at over 30 kilograms, this is not something that you want to carry up and down very often. Well, it's actually quite hard to come up with some other things, some disadvantages of this bike. What I would add, well, maybe a 6-liter V8 engine, just to, you know, add even more weight to it. No, really, I think it's a fairly complete thing when you think about it. So if you guys would like to get yours, just choose from a few colors that are there on the website, which is TTGO eBike.com, and just go for it. I would say this is probably the most versatile thing that you could get today, or at least one of those. That's it from me, and see you in the upcoming videos. Bye.
Oh.
Ew. Yummy.